Good day, my friends. GE with the word here. The last 3 or 4 weeks have been very hectic for me and BB, and I have decided, I believe under the Lord's leadership, to repost a video that I did about 2 years ago while I was still calling it GE on the porch when we were living up in the mountains. So may God bless His word, and may God bless you this day. GE on the porch. Brethren, we are living in a world where Christian comportment, you can call it conduct or behavior, but where Christian comportment is being challenged and even discarded to a great extent. Is it old-fashioned? Is it out of style? Is it only for what people call Christian fanatics, religious fanatics? I don't think so. Right now, a lot of things are being said and published on social media. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, MeWe, Parler, and other electronic platforms. And furthermore, a lot of things are being done out there in the world that are hurtful, harmful, destructive. We have riots, burnings, lootings, attacks on people. Brethren, these things are not for Christians. Whether it be on social media or out there in the world, these things are not for Christians. Now, please don't misunderstand me. Truth must be told. Right must be stood for. And we must stand our ground for God and His Word. And I will choose to stand for those things. But a lot of words and deeds occurring now should not be a part of a Christian's life. Around 3,000 years ago, David gave us words of wisdom from the Lord on how the people of God are to comport themselves, conduct themselves. From the 141st Psalm, verses 3 and 4. Let me read those for you. David writes, "Set a watch, O Lord, before my mouth. Keep the door of my lips. Incline not my heart to any evil thing, to practice wicked works with men that work iniquity, and let me not eat of their dainties." These two verses, I believe, give us three standards for our Christian comportment conduct. Number one, Christians need to watch what they say. That's in verse 3. David says, "Set a watch, O Lord, before my mouth, and keep the door of my lips." We need to be careful about what we say. David asked God to help him to be careful of what he said, and I believe that should be our request as well. Now, James in the New Testament had a whole lot to say about our tongue or what we say. One verse, chapter 1, verse 26, James wrote, "If any man among you seem to be religious, and bridleth not his tongue, but deceiveth his own heart, this man's religion is in vain." And so we find from Old Testament, New Testament, that Christians, that the people who follow God need to be very careful and need to watch what they say. Second of all, Christians need to refrain from being enticed by evil people. Now, we look in verse 4, the first little bit of that, verse 4. David wrote, "Incline not my heart to any evil thing, to practice wicked works with men that work iniquity." This tells me that Christians, the people of God, need to refrain from being enticed by evil people. Sometimes we're enticed to do and or say things along with others, things that are wrong, to be with the in crowd, maybe to get a promotion, or to keep our jobs entirely. But Christians need to refrain from being enticed from that kind of thing. Christians need to lead in righteousness and not follow the ungodly. The third truth, standard that is set for the children of God, is Christians should not desire sin that is sugar-coated. Let me refresh you on what David said. He said, "And let me not eat of their dainties." There are a lot of things in this world that appear to be sweet, desirable, sugar-coated, so to speak. Maybe for you it's a man or a woman. Maybe the effects that someone gets, maybe you, from alcohol or drugs. Maybe your dainty out there in the world is unearned money or goods, maybe cheating on a test or lying on a resume to get ahead. Whatever it is, whatever that sweet appearing thing is out there in the world that you know to be ungodly, it's not God's way and it's harmful. These are the things that David pleaded for. Christians need to watch what they say. Christians need to refrain from being enticed by evil people, and Christians should not desire those things of the world that are sugar-coated. These are the things that David pleaded for, and these are the things that every Christian should desire and live by. Living God's way brings peace to our soul. May God bless and lead us all in this day.